Hi, my name's Chelsea, and this video is going to give you a full sequence of a pretty challenging yoga class that will give you all of the basics so that you can feel comfortable when you walk into that lead class that you're taking with an instructor, but also so it gives you the foundation for having your own self-practice. These moves definitely are challenging, but I'm going to walk you through them. And it's really something, if you started adding this to your routine, maybe doing it 2 or 3 times a week, you will 100% notice an increase in flexibility and strength, and hopefully a change in your breath too. So if you have your own meditation practice now, then you can just pause the video, and for the next 3 to 5 minutes, you can self-meditate. Or I'm going to walk you through a very short tidbit of one of my favorite pranayamas. So pranayamas is breathing techniques. And prana in Sanskrit, it means life force or life energy. So it's all the energy, all the breath that's running through our body. Yama means control. So pranayama is the control of these energies. We want to control them so we can best utilize the full potential of our breath. Whether that's in a challenging pose or a balance using this deep yogi breath, or it's in our day-to-day life. You can use breath to energize you or to calm you down. So it's really important to have a strong breath. And the one we're going to do today is really simple. It's just a 3-part yogic breath. We're going to breathe in, filling up our stomach first, then filling up our ribs, then filling up our chest, and then breathe out the same count exhalation out through our chest first, then our ribs, then our stomach. So take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, close your eyes. And with our eyes closed, we're going to take an inhale in through our nose, fill up our stomach, fill up our chest, our ribs, fill out our chest, and then exhale out your nose, chest, ribs, stomach. Inhale, stomach, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, stomach. Inhale, stomach, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, stomach. Now continue doing 2 more breaths on your own. Good. Now you can blink your eyes open, and we're going to come into just a couple little warm-ups. So come onto all 4s, and we're just going to go through a round of cat-cow. So drop your belly and lift your chest and your head up, really arching in that back. And then exhale, round your back like a cat, tucking in your tailbone, looking your head towards your navel. Inhale. Like a cow, letting your belly hang. Exhale. 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back into your child's pose. Come back onto all 4s, and we're going to start in the front of our mat with Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. So feet together, hip width apart. We're going to have strong Tadasana legs, so mountain pose legs. So keep these kneecaps pulling up, legs engaged, tailbone tucked, ribs drawn in, shoulders down, and gaze straight ahead. And on our inhale, we're going to reach our hands overhead. Exhale, lead with the chest. See my flat back? Lead with the chin all the way down to a fold. At the very last minute, tuck your head up. And you want to look up at your navel. And then come up to a halfway lift with a flat back. You can bring your hands to press against your shins here so you get a really nice flat back, keeping your neck nice and long. And then bring your hands down beside your feet and step back into plank pose. Nice strong plank. You want your heels over your toes like they're pressing against a wall. Really strong core, tucked tailbone. Exhale, slowly drop your knees to the mat. Inch your toes so you can push yourself forward. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. using your core and your back. Pull yourself up, and you can actually let go of your hands here to test yourself. This is cobra pose. So beautiful inhale here, exhale back down to the mat. Curl your toes, press your hands into the mat. Push back up to a modified plank, back to a full plank, and back to downward facing dog. Grip your fingertips into the mat to protect your wrists and have a nice straight back, straight neck. Let your head hang. Keep your gaze light, maybe at your knees or your ankles, whatever feels comfortable. Look forward. Take your right foot up to the front of the mat, your left foot, and then halfway lift again, so that nice flat back. This is where you can use your hands to press against your shin so you get that nice straight back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Good. Hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And then inhale back up. A little bit faster now. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. This time you can try a chaturanga if you want, or still go with that knees lowered and go through a modified plank. If you're doing chaturanga, track over your wrists and lower all the way straight down. One straight line with a tight core. Come up into cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, push back up to downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in. Look forward. Step your right foot, then your left foot. Halfway lift. Fold. Look up at your navel. Reach your hands all the way overhead. Bring them to heart center. Now we're going through Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Inhale, sweep your hands down by your feet and come into a nice low chair pose. Keep your tailbone tucked, the ribs pulled in, your arms tracking up over your head, and make sure that you can look down and you see your toes so your knees aren't going over your toes. Inhale here, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and then go through your vinyasa. So again, you can go through your chaturanga. This time, if you want to take upward facing dog, you can roll over onto it. But there's really no, you don't have to. You know, cobra is actually a pose that works your back a lot better, and something that I prefer, and it's easier to not get hurt that way. So from downward facing dog, take your right leg in, step it between your hands nice and lightly. Turn your back left foot down at a 45-degree angle and come straight up to warrior one. Inhale here, tuck that tailbone, nice bend in this front knee. Exhale, hands to the ground. Another vinyasa. This time I'll do a modified one to show you. Good. From here, left leg between your hands. Spin that right foot down. All the way up. Keeping these hips facing forward. Exhale, hands to the ground. One more time with the vinyasa. Good. From here, look forward. You can step or hop lightly to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Sweep the hands up to chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale. Come up. Bring your hands to heart center. Now we're going to go through some standing poses. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time we're just going to take our right foot and we're just going to step it back. So we're in a high crescent lunge with our legs. So back leg nice and straight and powerful. Sink down into this front leg. Then raise your hands up overhead. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, to prayer. Lean forward. And then we're going to rotate and take this elbow and hook it on the outside of that knee. And spin your head up to look up over the left shoulder. Exhale to untwist, hands back up, and you can open to Warrior Two. From Warrior Two, flip that front hand over. We're gonna reach all the way back, bend into that front leg. Take an inhale here, exhale. Bend that front arm, place it on top of your knee, and let your right hand swing down by the ground and up overhead. So it's really important you want a nice straight line from the back side of this foot all the way up your body and all the way out to your hands. Inhale here, exhale back up to Warrior Two, nice and strong. Make sure that your arms and your body, your torso is tracking right up over your hips. Your arms shoot right out from your shoulders. And then bring your toes to face the front. Pigeon toe them, so turn your toes in a little bit with your heels out. Put your hands on your hips. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Lead with the chin just like we did in the forward folds, all the way to the mat. And when you get down here, you can place your hands on the mat. If you'd like to, if you want to release some lower pressure that you might have from the back, give a slight bend to your knees here. Otherwise, hands on the mat, and just start to bring your head towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift by pushing off your fingertips. Bring your hands back to your hips, and with a straight back, lift all the way up. Then we're gonna turn our feet to the left side, so to the front of our mat, and walk our back foot in so our feet are about 3 feet apart. Turn our torso so it's tracking over that front leg, just like we do in Warrior One. And then with our elbows still pulled back and that flat back, we're gonna lean over our chest into pyramid pose. When we can't lean anymore, we bring our hands down. You can let the head hang. Good. Halfway lift. You can just bring that right foot up to meet the left. And then we're going to step the left foot back, high up on that left heel. And then keeping a nice 90-degree bend, we're going to come up into crescent pose. So again, tailbone is tucked, back leg is straight, arms up by your ears. Bring your hands to heart center, lean forward, and then rotate, rotate, rotate over that front leg and hook your left elbow on your right knee and use it to push yourself open. So as you inhale and exhale, push, push, push. If it's uncomfortable for you to be pushing into your hands like this, you can do a fist in a hand. It's a little bit easier. Exhale to untwist. And then we're going to open up to Warrior Two. So now you can really see, is my knee tracking over my ankle? Is my shoulders tracked over my hips? Turn that top arm up and then lean back, rotate back. Don't put any pressure in this back hand. This is really a side stretch. It's not a back bend. Inhale here, exhale, bend that front arm, place it down. Swing the bottom arm down by the ground and up by your ear. Again, this is a good chance for you to see this strong line all the way through my body. Inhale, back up to Warrior Two. Then I'm going to turn my toes. Put my shoulders up, back, and down. Take an inhale and exhale all the way down to the ground, leaving my hands on the ground. And in this pose, it's great to try to pull your heels in towards each other. This will push you onto your toes to help you bring your head closer to the ground. Once we get a little bit more advanced, this is where we can go into headstands and forearm stands from here. Halfway lift, bring your hands back to your hips. Come all the way up. This time, we're gonna turn our feet so our left foot is facing forward. Bring our right foot in some. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna fold over that front leg. That wasn't right. Turn our right foot forward, our left foot in to meet it. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, fold over that front leg. There we go. All the way down to the ground, tucking your head. Then bring your foot in. Halfway lift. Forward fold, and then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. So you're standing in the middle of your mat. We're gonna go into Trikonasana tree pose. Heavy on your left foot, take your right, put it against your ankle, your calf, or up against your thigh. And then you can bring your hands to heart center, or you can lift them up like tree branches, keeping your hips rotated towards the front, even though this knee is tracking out to the side. If you'd like a challenge here, you can try closing your eyes for a couple seconds to test your balance. It's pretty hard. And then bring this foot back down, and then we're gonna try to lift our foot and press it straight out in front of us. So you'll see that I'm outside, so my feet are probably pretty dirty. Bring it out to the side, back in, and down. Heavy on our right foot, take our left foot, bring it to the same place we did on the other side. Hands to heart center, or grow your branches. If you'd like the challenge for balance, you can close your eyes for 3 seconds. See how that goes. Then bring the foot back to the front. Stretch it out in front of you, and then try to lift it a little bit higher, lifting from that hip crease. Out to the side. Back in. Sorry, one of the dogs knocked into the camera. Okay, if you want to try another challenge balance challenge, you can lift up your right leg, take your right hand and grab onto the right toes with your 2 fingers, and then just stretch out your leg in front of you, maybe to the side. Maybe this leg is just bent, which is completely fine. This is still tricky. But if you can stretch it out, just start playing around with it. You want to keep your back as straight as you can in this pose. Good. And then we can try on the other side. If this is too much, you can try another tree pose here. You can try eagle if it's in your practice. Good. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna come back to the front of our mat. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, swan dive back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Come on, Frankie. And then keeping our left hand down, move it in front of our face, and we're gonna rotate onto the sides of our feet, keeping our feet nice and flexed. That will help with your balance. Lift your right hand up and try to look up to that hand, really lifting from your side here. If this is too much, you can take that top foot and place it down as a kickstand. This will help you to lift up these side hips a little bit more. Otherwise, stay here for another breath. And then exhale, switch to the other side with one nice roll. Again, so you can see the kickstand from this side, it would just be lifted up and placed down. So you can really lift these hips up. Back down, and then we're gonna lower down the slowest chaturanga we can. So roll forward, and it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Bring your hands with your palms facing down behind you. Inhale here, exhale, and then inhale, lift everything up at the same time by pressing your pubic bone into the ground. Head stays nice and long against your neck, so no lifting it up. Nice and long. 1, 2, 2, 3. Now you can either do another one of those, or you can take your hands back and reach for your ankles or the top of your feet from the outside. And then keeping your knees as close together as you can. Inhale, exhale. And then we can bring ourselves up. Again, keeping that neck nice and straight. We're not trying to extend it back. Kicking into our feet to pull ourselves up. And then exhale back down. You can push back into one of those child poses. If it's in your practice, or if you've been doing this video a few times and you'd like to try something new, you can add a crow pose right here before we go into our stretches. So hands wide, we're gonna lift up with one foot, lift up with the other, and then keeping our toes, try to pull in as close to our butt. And the really trick here is you're getting the legs on the outside of this arm, and then you're squeezing everything in. So that's really how you get the pose. But it's all about the arm strength, so that's something that we work on in chaturangas. Good. Come down. Bring your feet out in front of you to Dandasana. Inhale here with that same flat back. Fold forward. You need to shimmy back and forth to release anything. Inhale again, fold forward again, reaching wherever you reach. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, coming back up. Taking the left leg, crossing it over your right. Taking your right arm, bringing it to and hooking it on your knee like we did in our standing poses, and then taking your left hand behind your back, finger pads down, and bent arm. We're going to twist on the exhale. So inhale, lengthen, twist on the exhale. If this is comfortable for you, you can put your hand down flat and straighten your arm. And release. Right leg in and bent across your left. Left arm up. Hook. Hand behind. Straighten. And lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Bring your feet in for Baddha Konasana. Interlace your hands around your toes. Inhale and then fold forward with a flat back on your exhale. And then you can round your spine and bring your head to your toes. Good. Feet out in front, and we're gonna roll down with our hands out ever so slowly. So really slow, just like we did in our chaturanga push-up, using the full capacity of our core. When you get down to the bottom, lifting your knees into your chest, rotate them to the right, and look over your left shoulder, keeping that left shoulder down on the mat. Back into the center. Exhale to the other side. Rotate, keeping that shoulder down on the mat. Now back to center. Give yourself the biggest hug. exhale, and release. And as you stay there, laying on your back, I want you to just think of one thing that you're really thankful for. Maybe it's that you've completed this video. And lock it in. And then just release everything. Release your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, your feet. Now start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bring your knees back into your chest. Let them fall to the right side. Keeping your eyes closed, push back up to a seated position that you feel comfortable in. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head and seal in your practice and that thing that you're thankful for. Namaste. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.